Hey there, have you ever seen a digital drawing of a bored ape sell for $2 million and thought, I could just right-click and save that for free? On one side, a digital collage sold at Christie's for $69 million. On the other, something you could buy at a gas station. Both are just images. So what's the difference? It's not just about the image, it's about a brand new kind of digital flex that is redefining what ownership even means in the 21st century. Today, we're breaking down exactly how JPEGs became the new fine art, why the ultra-rich are pouring billions into what critics call lines of code. And we won't shy away from the dark side of the NFT gold rush. Buckle up, this one gets wild. NFTs applied that logic to the digital world for the first time. Infinitely copyable, infinitely shareable. If I painted a picture and posted it online, anyone on Earth could right-click and download a perfect copy in 2 seconds. There was no such thing as a one-of-a-kind digital object. Artists couldn't sell originals because there were no originals. NFT stands for non-fungible token. The non-fungible part just means it's unique, not interchangeable. A dollar bill is fungible. You can swap one for another. A one-of-a-kind painting is non-fungible. There's only one. And that distinction, that's worth millions to the right person. Millions of people own Mona Lisa posters from museum gift shops. They all look identical to the real thing. But only one institution on Earth owns the original, the Louvre. The value isn't in the image, it's in the provenance, the certificate, the undeniable proof of authenticity. An NFT is that certificate, but for the digital world. You can right-click and save a copy of a bored ape all you want, but only one wallet address owns the verified, blockchain-certified original. The question is, who cared first, and why? It's essentially a public record book, a ledger, that's stored across thousands of computers simultaneously. Every single transaction is recorded and visible to anyone, and crucially, it cannot be tampered with. When an NFT is created or minted, an entry goes into this ledger. It records who made it, when, and who owns it right now. Every time it's sold, the ledger updates. This is why right-click save is irrelevant to the market. You can copy the image, but you cannot copy the entry in the ledger. NFTs went from a fringe crypto experiment to a legitimate asset class in a single afternoon. Christie's, one of the oldest, most prestigious auction houses on the planet, founded in 1766, held its first ever purely digital auction. The piece was called Every Days, the First 5,000 Days, a massive collage by an artist known as Beeple, made from 5,000 individual digital images he'd created one per day for over 13 years. It sold for $69.3 million in crypto. Overnight, Beeple became the third most valuable living artist in the world by auction price, behind only Jeff Koons and David Hockney. The internet exploded, the art world had a meltdown, and suddenly, every gallery, every collector, every tech billionaire was paying attention. Why did this specific sale matter so much? Because Christie's wasn't some niche crypto platform. This was the establishment, centuries of credibility, putting its stamp of approval on a JPEG. Which brings us to the psychology, because ultimately, what are people actually buying? To understand who was buying, you have to understand the crypto whales. These were the early adopters who bought Bitcoin when it was worth cents, or Ethereum when it launched in 2015. By 2020 and 2021, they were sitting on billions of dollars of digital wealth. The problem? What do you do with that money culturally? Traditional luxury goods, Picassos, penthouses, Patek Philippe watches, exist in the physical world. But if your identity is digital native, if you live on Twitter and Discord and crypto forums, those things feel disconnected. What you want is status in your world. And the NFT market was the first time that was actually possible. It turned digital art into a round-the-clock status broadcast that no physical luxury good can match. It tells time, but so does a $20 Casio. The Rolex is a signal. It says, I've made it. I'm part of a certain club. And the people who matter to you, in your social circle, in your industry, they recognize it instantly. Owning a Bored Ape or a CryptoPunk is exactly the same thing, but for the digital world. These aren't just profile pictures. They're membership cards to exclusive communities where multi-million-dollar deals get done, where collaborations happen, where celebrities and tech founders and investors all mingle. The picture is the ticket in. Your Rolex is only visible to the people in the same room as you. Of course, not everyone is buying for the culture. A significant driver is pure speculation. The NFT market attracted a wave of buyers who weren't art lovers at all. They were gamblers and investors hoping to find the next Mona Lisa before it became the Mona Lisa. CryptoPunk number 5822 sold for $23 million. Someone bought it for a fraction of that years earlier. The hope of that kind of return is intoxicating, and it fueled a feedback loop of hype, buying, and skyrocketing prices. But wherever there's that much money and that much hype, there's also a shadow market. And this is where things get uncomfortable. Regulators have started paying close attention, but enforcement in a decentralized global market is genuinely challenging. You create a second crypto wallet. You sell the NFT to yourself, then a third wallet, then back. Each time, you slightly raise the price. To any outside observer scrolling through the marketplace, they see, this NFT has been sold multiple times at escalating prices. Demand must be skyrocketing. I should buy before it goes even higher. This is called wash trading, and it's rampant. Because blockchain transactions are pseudonymous, meaning no names are attached, just wallet addresses, it's extremely difficult to prove who controls which wallet. Studies have estimated that at the peak of the NFT market, a significant portion of trading volume was artificially manufactured this way. Then there's the more sophisticated dark side. The JPEG as art phase may have been the bubble, the technology underneath it. That chapter is still being written. In 2022, the music stopped. The broader crypto market collapsed. Bitcoin lost over 60% of its value. The NFT market cratered even harder. Most NFTs that sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars during the peak, they're now worth less than the gas fees used to buy them. A 2023 analysis found that over 95% of NFTs were effectively worthless. People who'd mortgaged their futures on digital apes were left holding the bag. The hype cycle, the irrational exuberance, it ended the way these things always do. But here's the nuanced take that gets lost in the doom narrative. The technology itself didn't disappear. In fact, the more interesting applications of NFT infrastructure might be just getting started. So, is it art, or just a very expensive receipt? That depends entirely on whether you're buying the beauty or the boast, whether you see provenance as something sacred or something to be manufactured. The NFT story is, in the end, not really a story about technology at all. It's a story about what humans have always done, assigned enormous value to things that have no intrinsic value, and then argued about it. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Thanks for watching. If this blew your mind, or made you angry, that's exactly why there's a subscribe button. See you in the next one.